What's going on, guys? This is Back here. Today we're going to be doing a short little tutorial because someone requested on how to make or how to do a Resident Evil Outbreak multiplayer mode, and there is a very easy way on how to do it. I'm going to show you right now. You just type in Outbreak. Yeah, just type in Outbreak Server Resurrection, and then this should pop up. Just click this. This is a little form page. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to register. You're going to agree to the terms, and then here's what you're going to do. You're going to make your username. You're going to put your email address, your password, or wherever you're going to create your password, whatever your time zone. Doesn't really matter. It'll send you a confirmation code to your email. You do the confirmation code, and then you agree that you'll enter the code without the first and last number. Make sure you don't put the first and last number in there, or else it will not work. So, and then it'll say, you agree I won't ask for ISOs or BIOS files to talk about piracy unless I want to get banned. So you check that to agree to the terms of service. And then after you make an account, after you successfully register, here's what you're going to need. An emulator, which is PCSX2. You're going to come over to this website. You can download the latest version. It doesn't matter. You have an installer and then the download. I believe the installer is the zip version, so if you want to put it in a folder, you can do that, but it doesn't matter. You basically just click one of these, and okay, the installer is the exe. Okay, so if you want the exe version, download the installer. It will basically just automatically download like so. You don't have to put it in a folder or whatnot. Okay, and if you want to make a folder, for example, you would just go to new. You would call it PCSX2, right, or whatever you want, and then you can. I'll show you an example. Then you can download this version right here, and then once it downloads, you can extract this file. Okay, as you can see, it opens in here. You can take all the contents inside, and then you can put it inside your PCSX2 folder, allowing you to launch. PCSX2 is now successfully installed. There's your PCSX2. And what you're going to need though are BIOS. You're going to need to go to your documents, and then you're going to want to put it into your BIOS folder. And if you do not have the BIOS, you'll have to extract them from your console. Okay, and there are other tutorials online. If you don't know how to get access to BIOS, you can extract them somehow from your console. But this isn't a tutorial for that specific thing. This is a tutorial on how to play Resident Evil Outbreak online. Okay, after you get all that, you're going to need a ROM, which is Resident Evil Outbreak, but it's not the regular Outbreak. You're going to need the Japanese version of Resident Evil Outbreak, which is called Biohazard Outbreak. Okay, you can buy a copy. You could just go to shopping and just look up Biohazard Outbreak Japanese. And if you're lucky enough, you can find one. See right here, there's one on eBay. You can buy one. Simply anywhere, just find one. Just make sure you're looking for Biohazard Outbreak. You don't want to really pay attention to file 2. You can use file 2 if I'm correct, if I can remember correctly. But if you want to play the first part, you're going to want to get Biohazard Outbreak. So once you get that, you'll have to rip it, and there are tutorials on how to rip a ROM. It's very easy. All you need is an external drive of some sort. Plug it into your PC, and you can use, there's multiple ISO burn apps that you can use, but what I like to use is Image Burn, and you just put your disk in there and browse it. You click the little browse folder, but there are tutorials on how to burn games. Okay, if you don't know how to do that, they're very easy. Just look up a tutorial how to exactly do that. Okay, once you have your game ROM, you can put your game ROM inside your PCSX2 folder or wherever. Okay, once you have that, we're going to get to the part where you can actually set up multiplayer. You want to come over to this. We have moved to a new IP, because occasionally they do change their IP. Okay, so what you're going to want to do, this is the new IP, but what we have to do is we got to click the right one. So if you're on PS2, which we're not, we're on the emulator. So you're going to press PCSX2. You're going to want to set it to this. Okay, you're going to copy this IP. Okay, so I'm going to show you what else to do. All you got to want to do is you're going to want to come to, I believe it is Network and HDD. There's a more simpler way of opening it. If you go to Settings, Network and HDD, you're going to click that. And then what you're going to do, this should be not enabled. This should be unchecked when you get open it at first. It will be unchecked. What you want to do is you want to check that. Okay, you're going to enable it. And you'll say Ethernet device type. You're going to put that on sockets, and then you'll have Ethernet device. You're going to want to put that on auto. Okay, this will be on auto to begin with. Right here, the DNS1 address. You're going to switch that from auto to manual. Okay, you're going to copy that IP you just had, and you're going to put that in there. Occasionally, that IP will change once in a while, so you might want to check the server resurrection page. I don't know. Sometimes it changes, sometimes it doesn't, but usually it's the same. So if it doesn't work for whatever reason, that's probably why. Okay, once you have it pasted in there, you can close this and you're done. You can't just jump in there and start it. You do have to do one more thing, because since we have the Japanese version of Resident Evil Outbreak, we're going to need to have some translation patches. So remember, on that Outbreak server resurrection page, when we clicked IP switch, you're going to click that again. Okay, that's going to take you to this page. Okay, and you'll have a bunch of options on here. You're going to be looking for, you're going to scroll down, you're going to be looking under improvements, and you're going to click translation patches. Okay, and then the one you're going to want is the English. Okay, you're going to go to Silent Hill's English translation patches. You're going to just click that. It's going to take you to a GitHub, and then you're going to click the very top one, patches 7-zip file. Okay, you're going to click that. It's going to start downloading. Okay, we're going to move that because we already have it. And then you'll have this patches folder. Okay, you'll have this. Okay, you can put it anywhere you want on your PC for now. So this file that you just downloaded, this right here, that's what you're going to want to extract. Okay, double click that, drag it onto your desktop. So we have our file right here. You're going to open this up. Okay, there'll be two files in here. Those are very important. And then you'll have Delta Patcher. You're going to double click that. Okay, then you're going to open the deltapatcher.exe. Okay, open that up. Okay, then you'll have original file and xdelta patch. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to press open. Okay, you know your ROM, your Japanese ROM. This is our game. Okay, we have Biohazard Outbreak. You're gonna click that. You're gonna put that in there. Okay, like so. And then you want to open on here. You see this? Let me cancel that real quick. You're gonna see this xdelta patch. You're going to click open on that, and you're gonna choose file 1 xdelta. Don't worry about this one. Just put file 1 xdelta. You're gonna double click that, and then you're gonna click apply patch. And what this does is I already applied it, so I don't have to do it. But what this does is it basically translates the languages, so it will make the Japanese language English. Some bits in the game are still Japanese, but I'll show you how to get through that. All right, so now what we're gonna do now is we're gonna open the game. You're gonna want to boot up the game, and if you don't know how to program your controller, you can actually do this manually, or you can do it automatically. So you can go here to settings, controllers, okay, and then you go to controller port 1, and you can see how I do this. You do D-pad up, you press the up D-pad. D-pad left, you press the left D-pad, and so forth. So L2 would be L2, and you press it. If you want to do this way faster, and which this can be more accurate in some cases if you do it manually, but you shouldn't really have to worry about that as long as it's oops, something just happened on my phone there. You can click automatic mapping, and then choose, okay, this is my keyboard mouse, don't click those unless you want to play with mouse. This is our controller, so we're going to press that, and it should automatically map everything for you, and then you can close that, and you should be good, and then your controller is now working. So now what you want to do, you're going to open up your game, you're going to launch this up, it's going to load everything. So as you can see, it's still in Japanese. It's still in Japanese. Some things are going to still stay in the Japanese language, but most of it is translated. What we're going to press start button. Okay, you're going to click network play, and you're going to have to press circle because the Japanese version is different than the US version. You have to press circle instead of A or X. So press circle to select things. If you press A, it will go back. Okay, So it'll say starting a network game may result in loss of unsaved data. Okay, you can ignore that. Okay, just click next. Okay, you're gonna click yes. Okay, it will either say a net file has been found. Will you load? Okay, on yours it might say a net file hadn't been found. You want to create one? Click yes. So it will create one for you. So just click yes on that. Okay, and then you'll get to this screen. So you're gonna want to press net connection. You're gonna have this screen. You're gonna want to go next. And then on this page, you'll be like, it's not showing nothing. It will look just like this. Press F9 on your keyboard, and everything will pop up. This is what it's supposed to look like. It switches the renderer to software, and it allows you to see, because sometimes it gets buggy when you have your thing set to hardware. Okay, so I already have my configuration set up here, my internet configuration. This is very easy, but don't pay attention to this right now. Okay, right now you just want to press edit network configuration. You say your input your network settings. Okay, we're gonna click yes. Just click the very top setting. It'll load. Okay, and you'll see this page. Okay, you're gonna want to click add setting. Okay, you're gonna go to memory card slot 1. Okay, you're gonna go next on the D-pad. Okay, and you'll select this SE Ethernet network adapter. Click circle on that, or B, whatever your controller is. You're gonna click that, and you're gonna go next. Okay, it'll say start entering the internet service provider settings. So you're gonna click OK. It will say RA user ID password required to access your provider. Click not required, and you go next. And it'll say set the IP address automatically. You're gonna press auto. Okay, and it'll say set the DNS server address automatically. Press auto on that too. Okay, and then you can name it whatever you want. It'll be for you. It will be setting 1. You can just keep it. You can keep it that name. That's what you saw earlier. That was setting 1. So we're gonna name this. We'll just leave it at setting 2. Yours will be setting 1. Just go right on the D-pad. Okay, and then it will. You make sure all your stuff is correct, and then you click circle or B to go to save your configuration, and then it'll say save is completed. It'll say, do you want to test connection? Do you want to press yes, and then press circle or B to start the connection test. Let that do its thing. Let it test. Okay, it's not going to take very long. Okay, it will say the test was successful. Return to the network settings menu. You're going to click OK, and then this is where you just go completely back. You're just going to press X or A. You're going to click quit. Going to go back. Okay, in my case it's A because I'm on an Xbox controller, but A is X on a PS1 controller. They're basically just switched. They're in the same exact spot. Now we're going to press start, and then you'll see network play again. You're going to press network play. Okay. Okay, you're going to go next again. It's going to load. Just click yes. You want to load that. Okay, you want to load what you just created. You're loading your setting 1 configuration. Okay, that's what's happening here. You're going to wait. You're going to click net connection. You're going to click next on this. Okay. Okay, and then see, these are our configurations. Okay, mine was setting 1. That was my first one. This is my example. Setting 2, same exact settings. So I'm going to click the one that I created. I can click 2 if I want. So this is the one we created. We can click that one, as you can see. You can click it. Okay, it's going to load this. You're going to see the screen. If it loads fully, that means you did everything correct. So you don't have to worry about that. If it loads fully, this will load too fully. If this loads fully, you did it right. That means it's perfect. All right. Now it's fully loaded. Wait. And then it'll bring up a login screen. Okay. This is my account. Okay, this is my account. You may have to manually log in right here on your form account. This is the same account as your form account. You mirror the account you created on a server resurrection page. This is your account that you made on the form page. You may have to manually log in. It may already be logged in. If you're logged in on the website, it will say auto log in. If it does, click that. Just click log in. Okay. We're going to log into our account. And then once we log in, you want to click, it'll say login successful, enter lobbies. Click enter lobbies. You don't got to worry about all the DNS settings or the internet stuff either. Once that's finished, that's finished. You don't have to do that anymore. So you want to come over here. After you enter lobbies, it should finish loading. In my case, it's still loading. It takes a little bit. That's really the problem about this, because it does take a little bit. Okay, you'll see your ID. Okay, yours might say unregistered. So just click one of them and just put your name, your ID, or whatever. You can click whatever. You can type in your name. It doesn't matter what you put in there. You can put whatever in there, okay? Once you create your little ID, just click OK. Okay. And then this is basically the final step. So you have server select, okay? Don't press East Town. You're going to want to press West Town, because East Town does not start the game. You're going to press West Town. This is how you create a server and let your brother or your family or whatever your friend join. You can click that one. Okay, it's going to connect. As it says here, it says do not disable frame limiter, which is what I just said, the tab key, because you could potentially be banned. Alright, and you'll see this screen. You're going to click room list. You're going to click room list. Now, if you're going to click area 1, because if you want to start at area 1, like the very beginning of the game, you're going to press area 1, okay? This is the creation screen, okay? Other people's stuff may show up in here if they're online, and then you can join your friend or whatever. So we're going to choose, this one says busy, don't choose that one. The ones that say free and vacant, that's the one you want to choose. So click that. Okay, and now this is your creation screen. You can name it whatever you want. See, literally you can put whatever you want as a room name. If you don't want Japanese characters, because that will be very confusing, just press A1 and leave it like that. Don't even change, because the characters are very strange in this mode. Just when you're in a Japanese character, just press A1, because here's what happens when you don't. It will change. If you press any of these characters, look, it changes the way they look. There's like skinny characters, and it's gotta be exactly what your friend created. So just leave it at that. Just press A1 and put whatever you want, and that will be the name. This character way over here means you're done. It means you're finished. You click that. Just click it 2 times, and this is our name that we just created. So it is a little confusing, but you will get used to it. This is your password. You put whatever password you want in there. Okay. Your friend is going to have to put this password in too. Your friend is going to have to put the password. Make sure it's easy, and make sure they don't press anything else but A1. It's got to be left at that. You have number of players, so if you want to play with 4 people, 2 people, 3 people, you could do that. In my case, I would play with two people. It would be my bro. This is a weight limit, so how long you can stay in your server before it starts the game. Doesn't matter. I would recommend leaving it at 30, because it does take a while for your friend to get in there, get in your server. And then this is the difficulty mode, so you have hard, normal. I like normal, really up to you. And then this is your character. So I like playing Kevin, but you can choose whatever you want. Left or right on the D-pad, you can choose whoever you want. And then you click finish. And then this is your server. You just wait for your friend to join. It should pop up on his room list screen too, or her room list. Join, put in the password, and then there you go. You're good to go. Once they're in, you should see them. It'll say join up here in this area right here. It should say join, and then you can press start game right here. Once you press start game, that's it. That's done. It should work, and that's pretty much the end of the tutorial. And Richard's back.